Good morning, everyone. My name is Andrew Hall, but you may call me Dr. Kennard. This is the Disappointed Cat Morning Show. There's no mystery here. It shouldn't come to any surprise that I have a few issues with Joe Rogan. And I have basically exercised my issues. Is that proper language? I don't know. On my blog, Laughing in Disbelief, on the Pathos non-religious channel. Um, a little bit of success here with one of my satirical articles that got fact-checked by USA Today. The original article stated that Joe Rogan lost his Spotify deal, went viral. Of course, my issue with him has been his unreasonable zeal with ivermectin, his unreasonable anti-vaccine position, and the fact that he has such a large platform that he just spews out all of this misinformation, this information that sways his audience to doing incredibly stupid things and irresponsible things too. Now, you may think that today's video, what's the title of it? Joe Rogan versus a Holocaust denier. That might be a little extreme. Actually, it's should have been titled A Holocaust Denier versus Joe Rogan. As always, links are in the description below. Let's take a look at the story, everyone. An 86-year-old Holocaust survivor criticized Joe Rogan for appearing to compare vaccine mandates to Nazi Germany. And he accuses Joe Rogan of promoting hate. We're going to be covering 3 videos. All the links to the videos are in the description too. So we're going to be taking or referencing a Joe Rogan video, which I saw that Joe posted on his Instagram account, as well as two TikTok videos by a Holocaust survivor responding to Joe Rogan's propaganda. Here we go, everyone. Buckle up. It's gonna get crazy. An 86-year-old Holocaust survivor called out Joe Rogan after his remarks about vaccine mandates. Gideon Lev accused Rogan of promoting anti-Semitism by linking vaccine mandates and Nazi Germany. Lev and his partner, Julie Gray, have a TikTok page with over 76 followers and 1 million likes. See, it isn't just people dancing badly on TikTok. And cute cats. I mean, I love the cute cat videos on TikTok. An 86-year-old Holocaust survivor went viral on TikTok, calling on Joe Rogan to apologize after he appeared to compare COVID-19 vaccine mandates with Nazi Germany. Listen, after the show, take a look at the video. We're going to take a 5-minute break, right, between this show and the open room. Take a look at Rogan's video. He uses imagery of Nazi Germany, of that guy with the mustache and everything, people doing those motions. Even now, I feel I shouldn't even, yeah, it's wrong, everyone. It makes me feel dirty inside just watching it. In 2 separate TikTok videos, which have amassed over 650,000 views and 100,000 likes in total, Gideon Lev accused Rogan of promoting hate, anti-Semitism, and possibly even more violence. Joe Rogan, what's wrong with you? Not only are you reciting Fox News talking points, but is there anything more to say besides that? Let's go. Lev was responding to a video Rogan posted on Instagram last Tuesday, in which he suggested that American freedom would slip away if vaccine mandates were enforced. The video, which has racked up almost 6 million views, featured a spoken word narration from Rogan as he interspersed clips related to COVID-19 vaccine mandates and dictatorships, including vaccines of Adolf Hitler's Nazi salute and a map of Nazi Germany during World War II. It's that stupid. It's that irresponsible. It's that fascisty. That's what Joe Rogan's video is, everyone. let's talk about vaccine mandates for a minute. If you weren't here yesterday, then we covered a story about how vaccine mandates are working. They're working incredibly well in places like California and New York. People who were vaccine hesitant before the mandates are now getting the jab. So vaccine mandates work. And do you remember all the other fear mongering that Republicans have done over the years, that Social Security would cause fascism or communism, that gay marriage would cause fascism and communism somehow at the same time? It's just basic right-wing fear mongering. Next panel. As soon as you see anything that comes along and inhibits your freedom, you should be very cautious, Rogan said, as dramatic instrumental music played in the background. Rogan's video follows a trend of those who oppose vaccination and mask mandates, comparing these systems to Nazism, during which millions were killed by Hitler's Nazi regime for being Jewish, Polish, Soviet, and members of any group. Pretty much anyone he didn't like. And of course, I always like to point out that people with disabilities and the Roma. Otherwise, the Roma. We'll just stick with the Roma. We all know who the Roma are, don't we? Microphone says, many Americans don't understand that gypsies are probably a slur term and that the proper name for that group is Roma. Thank you for that public service announcement. Let's go back in to the story. Lev spoke out against Rogan after months of using his platform to rebut, I'm going with rebut, similar claims which have increasingly popular among Republican politicians. Mr. Joe Rogan, I am an 86-year-old survivor of the Holocaust, and I saw your video on American freedom and the COVID vaccine, Levy said at the start of his first TikTok. It includes images of the Holocaust and of Adolf Hitler, the monster who murdered my father, 26 members of my family, and 6 million Jews and others. You are absolutely not promoting freedom, he continued in the second TikTok. Remove the video immediately, you schmuck. Oh, I'm sorry. I just put in the schmuck part. That was unnecessary editorializing on my part. I'm sorry. I am shocked by your lack of sensitivity. Lev runs the TikTok account at The True Adventures, which has over 76,000 followers and 1 million likes with his partner, Julie Gray. The duo's page features everything from educational videos about the Holocaust and stories about Lev's life as a Holocaust survivor to comedic clips on how Lev is a TikTok grandpa. In an interview with Hertz in September, Lev called vaccination mandates the exact opposite of Hitler's regime. Keeping people healthy and saving them from suffering is the exact opposite of what the Germans did. He told Hertz in September interview, I want to explain to these people that forcing us to wear a star wasn't for the purpose of identifying us, it was to dehumanize us. Doing something to try to save people's lives with a vaccine is completely different. We live in an age, we live in a country where we have to explain to people that trying to save people's lives, it isn't the same thing as tossing them into gas chambers. Thank you, Joe Rogan. I'm just going to rub my head here to help, calm myself, try to self-soothe. I'm going to check out the chat. 31 comments. Oh, my fictitious God. I'm going to have to catch up pretty fast. John Hudson is stoned again. I'm not surprised, everyone. I'm not surprised. 420 Atheist. Is that you, Sammy? That must be Sammy in there. All right. And, of course, the first comment in the chat is my morning satire that I wrote about how Americans don't know how to Google. I think it's funny. I think it's timely. It has nothing to do with my YouTube channel whatsoever, but I thought I would just put it in there about people Dunning-Krugering themselves. What's up, Sammy? Hope you're doing well. Tobin Templeman, good morning, sir. Cryptameria. You know, Cryptameria, Joe Rogan, if he wasn't so wrong, it would be laughable. It would be, I mean, this is just nervous laughter, but it's crazy. Grand Farmer, good morning, sir. Dr. Mordecai, Cassius Marcellus, referencing the satirical piece I wrote earlier today. Jess M, good morning. And Dee Parks. Oh, I'm doing okay, Dee Parks. I am doing good. I'm doing well. I'm doing good. I'm doing well. Lee Spanner, thank you for raising your Patreon contribution, sir. I appreciate it. What's up, John Hudson? Just growing Brainbug. Glad to see Brainbug a buzzing here. You know, Joe Rogan. The thing is that Joe Rogan is turning his fan base not smarter. Joe Rogan is not helping them become better skeptics. He's not helping them be better humanists. He's not helping them intellectually. He's not helping them to nurture a sense of compassion towards their fellow human beings. Oh, Robert X, thank you for saying things like this, because I forget too many times. Like, share, subscribe to Laughing in Disbelief. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, here, the Brainbug. I'm glad I got this. I had to argue with someone that Joe Rogan wasn't an expert on DMTs a couple of days ago, but it was on the internet, Brainbug. Hey, what's up, Slade? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Am I caught up to everyone? Simply Secular Day from the West Coast. Good morning. You know, Joe Rogan is a really talented comedian. I'll say that. I've always liked his comedy. And to tell you the truth, part of me wants him to come back to the fold. You know, Joe Rogan, come back home. We'll kill this. Well, you know, I'm a vegetarian, but we'll slaughter the fatted lamb. You know, and this is a biblical reference. Sure it is. But come back to the world of skepticism and humanism, sir. We have cookies. Marijuana cookies, too. Always on the internet, Brainbug. So you had your arguments on the internet. Yep. Dr. Osiris. Glad to see you here. All right. So that was my Joe Rogan piece. Last time, what's up, Clocker Rex? The last time I watched Joe Rogan, he was on news radio. Yeah. And I like the cookies too, the marijuana cookies. So that was our first story, everyone. Just a reminder that we do the after party, after show, open room for atheists, humanists, progressives. If you want to pop in at 9:30, go ahead. What's our second story for today? Take a look. Now you're saying to yourself, Andy, what could be worse than someone who's a Holocaust survivor and having to take it to Joe Rogan, right? Because you're thinking you're a Holocaust survivor, your family members were killed by Nazis, and now you got to deal with this clown who doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, here on the Disappointed Cat Morning Show, we have to cover the difficult stories. And this story is from Hemant Mehta. And for those of you who've been following the Catholic Church, this will not surprise you one lick. From Hemant Mehta, the friendly atheist, the Catholic Church in France has employed thousands of pedophiles since 1950. Oh, my fictitious God, who would think of that? Sure, that's something that, it's one thing to know it somewhere in your brainy beats, but it's another thing to have documentation about it. And it looks like there's going to be a big data dump. I think it's today, too. Let's take a look at what Heathen said. Links in the description below, everyone. For nearly 3 years now, an independent commission set up by the Bishops' Conference of France has been investigating child sexual abuse by Catholic leaders in the country. The commission consisted of historians, doctors, sociologists, and other experts in religion and sexual abuse who could, hopefully, fairly assess the extent of the problem. They interviewed over 6,500 victims and witnesses since 2018, and their final report, which is said to be over 2,500 pages, will be released on Tuesday. But we've already seen the headlines, and yeah, yikes. So that report is dropping today. According to the head of the commission, there's evidence of at least 2,900 sexual abusers among all the Catholic leaders who have been in position since 1950. And here's a quote. Jean-Marc Soif told French media that the commission has found evidence of 2,900 to 3,200. Oh, they don't know. They're just throwing numbers around. Abusers out of a total of 115,000 priests and other clerics. That is a minimal estimate, he added. What I'm happy in this horrible story is that he's willing to say that this is a minimal estimation, just like as we've covered before on this channel, that the death rate amongst COVID victims here in the States, which is what, over 700,000, that's a low number too. You look at epidemiologists and what they're saying. There was a good article in The Economist about this. Sam Harris covered this on his podcast, that the death rate is higher than what the official total is. And I think it's a pretty safe guess that there are more pedophiles in the Catholic Church in France during this time period than what we know, what the official numbers are going to show. This is what we know before even seeing the report, which will contain further details about the investigation among the 45 proposals to stop this problem moving forward. Well, one of them to be shut down the damn church. Oh, you know they're not going to shut down the church, Hemmant. How many more bombshells will drop before Catholics in France decide this church is a criminal enterprise, a haven for pedophiles? What will it take for more Catholics to finally get the hell away from that institution, no matter what cultural or religious affections they may have to it? And if this report doesn't do it, what will it take? It will take the slow grind of just generations of people leaving the church. I think, and I don't know, tell me if I'm wrong, chat. I think the Catholic Church is going to be like diabetes. I think it's going to be like some cancers, right? That you just have with you, that's in the body. You can't get rid of it, but you can manage it. You can curtail it. Here in Boston, I have to tell you, have you seen the movie Spotlight? Do you know the story of Boston and pedophile priests? There are buildings that are now condominiums that were once churches. And I want to live long enough to see, as incredible, a majority of churches turned into condominiums. That's my dream. I'm going to check out the chat. 30 comments. People are chatting all about it today. Randolph Richardson, always a pleasure to see you here. Oh, wow. Dee Parks buying one of my t-shirts there over on, I think it's I'm Already Against the Next War t-shirt. Yeah. Just checking out the chat here. I think we got, am I up to date? I hope I'm up to date. Always good to see more Canadians. More Canadians. That's what we need. I think that's what America needs, more Canadians. Oh, it is now dropping. The document is now dropping. All right, very good. Thank you, Clockwork Rex. Yeah, at 2,900, that's a low number too. What was the higher number? Like 3,300 maybe. Yes, Tesla Ranger. That guy just died yesterday. I'm not sure what he died from. I saw the headline, but I'm not sure what he died from. Was it from COVID? John Hudson. If you don't like to hit the like button, then you're a stupid poopy pants. Well, I don't know if there's a peer-reviewed journal to support that, but I'll yeah, that's cool. Randolph, here we go. Laughing in disbelief. It will take at least a few dozen more sexual abuse epidemics before people will wake up and insist that the Catholic Church be disbanded. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it would be lovely. And the thing is about the church, right? We've covered a basic principle when we talk about one of the messages here on this channel. is that large institutions cannot regulate themselves. Large societal institutions cannot police themselves. The Catholic Church cannot police itself. Wall Street here in the States cannot police itself. Let's bring it broader. Capitalism cannot police itself. Oh my fucking God. The police cannot police themselves. Someone has to be watching. Someone has to be auditing these institutions. Oh, Aiken died of cancer. All right. I did hear also that the creator of the Drawing Muhammad cartoons, the Swedish, I believe he was Swedish illustrator. Remember Drawing Muhammad Day, those cartoons that, or those comics that started the riots in some areas? He died, unfortunately, the other day. It wasn't something I was prepared to talk about, but rest in peace. Rest in peace. He died in a car accident. He actually had to be, he had to be under police guard. And he was just driving down the street and he died. And I believe the guards died too. I'm secretly in love with Brainbuck, but don't tell anyone. I won't tell anyone either. I won't tell anyone. It's just between us, Dee. All right. So you want to do something funny? You want to do something funny before we close out the show? One, thank you everyone for showing up. Please hit like, subscribe. Once again, there's no ads on this channel. There's no ads, at least, there's still old videos that have ads, but this show doesn't have any ads. Going forward, no ads. Everything is done with your support, which I thank you for. Thank you for, thank you YouTube members. Thank you patrons. Thank you those who throw shekels into the PayPal or Venmo accounts. Before we close things out, let's do something funny, everyone.
In my super fundamentalist church, there was a real push to throw away your secular music. Secular music is anything that is not Christian music. And there was never an emphasis on like secular movies or books, but whatever. And you guys, I had some super evil CDs like Def Leppard. And one day I decided I was going to throw away my secular music. So I put all my tapes and CDs in a trash bag because it was the 90s. And I put the trash bag in the trunk of my car with the full intent of throwing them away. But one by one, they made their way back into my car and I would listen to them. And then there was this huge existential crisis when Amy Grant put out a secular CD. And if in that time period you didn't listen to it, you should really go back because that CD is amazing.
It's not too, well, there's a lot of auto-tune there, but that's his shtick. People love his shtick, man. Just responding to Randolph Richardson, but yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be, Randolph, with all the auto-tune. All right, one more check on the chat before I close things out. And then once again, 9:30, if you want to be on the panel for the open room, just the link is down below, everyone. Well, we'll have to make sure we keep drawing Muhammad, keep the Draw Muhammad Day every day just for his memory. I think so. September, I believe it's 30th, is International Blasphemy Day. I forgot to mention it the last International Blasphemy Day. But yeah, that's an important thing to keep it up. I had Def Leppard Pyromania on vinyl, so that's just how old I am. Dr. Osiris. All right, everyone. We're going to do the after party after show at 9:30. Hope to see you there. If you didn't see it yesterday, I kind of popped off on a Christian troll. But that's me. That's what kind of things you can miss if you're not around, right? Talk to you later, everyone. Thanks again for showing up. Thanks for watching. And if you're new here, thanks for showing.